Hello, sports fans. Larry Eater, RunBlogRun. This is one of the infrequent programs, Conversations with Larry. And we have a 5-minute limit. So that means I can actually chat on a topic until Michael, our production manager, tases me. And today it's the NCAA cross country and Division I and why you should be the sponsor. So Sam Steams is a good friend of mine. He's the head of the U.S. Track and Cross Country Association, Track and Field Coaches Association. It is the most powerful organization representing coaches in North America. It represents high school coaches, represents college coaches. You got some pro coaches that go there too. It's about education. It's about, again, promoting collegiate track and field. The truth is that most of our Olympians come from the college fields, and it's because college coaches are incredible. We've got a great high school program. We've got 1.6 million kids in high school. We've got about 200,000 in the colleges. We've got about 5,000 sub-elite and elites, and then we go from there. And why do we have the best track team in the world? And why do we feed so many track programs around the world? Is because of that setup. The NCAA cross country is one of the most cult followed programs in all of sports. For a long time, the NCAA had worked to deal with the folks at Flow Track, and Flow Track, I think, did a great job. They kept the event alive. About 2 years ago, the U.S. Track and Cross Country Coaches Association purchased the rights to the programming and moved it then to the ESPN network. And this year, on Saturday, November 20th, it will be on ESPNU. It'll also be streaming. It'll be 2 hours. There's an hour devoted to the men's, and there's an hour devoted to the women's program. And as most runners will not be allowed to get on the course in lovely Tallahassee, the program is well watched, and ESPN puts it on several times. This year's was a little strange with the pandemic. There wasn't really a race in 2020, so they made up for the 2020 back on March 15th, and now November 20th, they're doing the 2021. It is grassroots. It is something that a running brand, if they took the time to think about it, should gobble up and should hold for 10 or 12 years. Great announcing, incredible photography. In fact, the opening 30 seconds of the men and women's races were featured in an article, well-read article, which we will link, about how to show off a cross-country race. Carrie Tollefson and the team are fantastic. They've done their homework, and the runners speak for themselves. Great teams, great performances. But cross-country runners, and there's about 600,000 of them in high school. You knew I was going to be doing this. And about 40 to 50,000 in college. That's where our distance runners come from. It's also for the brands that are involved in running. That's where your potential clients come from. And what just befuddles me is that in talking to brands, it's almost the same conversation I have about running brands and track spikes. Running brands and track spikes are a very weird combination, because the kids who run track, they buy 4 or 5 pairs of running shoes, and they buy 1 pair of track spikes. That 1 pair of track spikes adds up to 773,000 pairs of track spikes a year. And if you put that at a minimum price of $50, you're talking almost 350 million in sales. But the thing is, the more expensive track spikes are, apparently the better they sell. And it just totally blows my mind. There's modest entry-level stuff, which is great. Puma used to be the best of that stuff. And it would be nice to see them get back into. And actually, the guys at Spot built in Saucony did some entry-level stuff too. Brooks is doing some nice entry-level, Adidas, Nike, New Balance, but they're also doing the really high-level stuff, the stuff the Masters athletes get, stuff that a kid gets when he knows he's kind of decent. I remember there was a hurdler named Rocky Morris, 400 hurdles and high hurdles back in, I think he went to Mount Pleasant, and we were hanging out at a track meet. This is back in 1990. And I asked him, hey, why are you in that pair of New Balance spikes? And he said, no one else had these colors. It's totally cool. And that's, again, how cross country is the most primal part of the sport. The broadcast is done really, really well and has a great following. And there's got to be brands out there who see the benefit of being involved with the NCAA cross country. And if you have anybody has any ideas, or if you want to talk to Sam and I about the NCAA cross country broadcast, email me at runblogrun@gmail.com. It's a fun event. There's going to be a lot of people watching it, and we'd love to talk to somebody who's really interested and who gets it, that cross country runners become those lifelong runners, and that's what a brand needs right now. All the brands seem to be doing well, but the competition is going to get tough again. And again, another way of standing out, and it's something that you could do for 5 or 10 years and have some fun with it and build programming around it the entire year. We can help you figure that out too. This is Larry Eder on considering the NCAA Division I Cross Country Championships to be held November 20th, 10 a.m. live, ESPNU. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.